Elizabeth was born in 1821 in Bristol, England, and her family moved from England to New York when she was 11. Her father became very invested in the abolitionist movement after moving to America, and fostered a belief in women's rights, labor rights, and the abolition of slavery in her. Elizabeth was initially not interested in a career in medicine and became a school teacher to support her large family after the early death of her father. Elizabeth became interested in medicine after her friend got sick and told her that maybe her care would have been better if the doctor was a female and understood her needs better. When Elizabeth began applying to medical schools, she faced rejections for every school but Geneva Medical College, which made her understand how much prejudice she would face as a woman in medicine. In 1847, Elizabeth graduated from medical school and became the first woman to attend and graduate in the United States. Elizabeth and her sisters provided aid to Northern soldiers during the American Civil War. Elizabeth's belief in the abolition of slavery was so strong that she stated if the North had compromised on their stance on freeing slaves, that she would have left the country. Although Elizabeth was providing her services as a doctor to the Northern forces, the male workers in the Northern Medical Relief Agency, called the United States Sanitary Commission, were openly hostile towards her. Male doctors refused to train nurses who wanted to work with Elizabeth and her family. In response to this, Elizabeth started her own organization called the Women's Central Relief Association to train female nurses and to work against the sexism women medical workers faced. Elizabeth's scientific education and strong faith often caused her to have a wide range of conflicting beliefs. Elizabeth believed in social reform for women to have better access to education, hygiene and medical education for the public, economic rights for the poor, and animal rights in medicine. However, Elizabeth also believed that women's best skills as doctors were their empathy skills, which angered many younger female physicians who wanted to strive more openly for women to be seen as equal in skill to men, and not just more compassionate. Oddly enough, Elizabeth was also skeptical of bacteria's role in the cause of disease, which reflected the beliefs at the time. Elizabeth published an article on typhoid fever in 1849 that became the first medical article to be published by a woman in the United States. Elizabeth founded the New York Infirmary for Women and Children, which helped expand women's access to care and female doctors. Elizabeth gave lectures in the United States and Europe throughout her life to female audiences, calling for women's rights and highlighting the importance of educating girls. Elizabeth was inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame in 1973, and in 1974, she was commemorated on a U.S. postage stamp.